In the distant future, humanity finally confirmed what they had long suspected. They were not alone in the universe. This monumental discovery, however, was not the joyful revelation many had hoped for. It was a harrowing beginning to what would become a catastrophic clash of civilizations. The first encounter occurred on a seemingly ordinary day, when an unidentified object landed on the outskirts of a sprawling metropolis. The world held its breath as governments and media outlets broadcasted every moment. The initial excitement turned to trepidation when the visitors revealed themselves, not as diplomats, but as conquerors. These aliens, known as the Claridox, were imposing figures, towering, with a chitinous exoskeleton that gleamed under the sun, and eyes that shimmered with a cold intelligence. Their technology was vastly superior, and their intentions became clear as they began abducting humans almost immediately after their arrival. Among the abducted was a young girl named Elara. With bright eyes that mirrored the stars she loved to study, Elara was a brilliant student with a promising future in astrophysics, until the night she vanished. Her disappearance went largely unnoticed in the chaos that followed the initial abductions, as thousands more were taken from their homes. Months turned into years, and the Claridox's reign of terror grew. They experimented on their human captives, seeking to understand their physiology and psychology, indifferent to the pain and suffering they inflicted. Elara, like many others, was subjected to gruesome experiments that tested the limits of her endurance and sanity. Back on Earth, the human response evolved from shock to rage. The remnants of world governments that had once bickered over land and resources now united with a singular purpose: retribution. Humanity pooled its resources, innovating at a breakneck pace. Weapons were forged from the need for vengeance, and soldiers were trained with a single directive: eradicate the Claridox. The day of reckoning came when Earth launched a full-scale assault on the Claridox mothership, which still hovered ominously above the planet. The battle was brutal and unforgiving. Humans, driven by grief and anger, fought with a ferocity that stunned their alien oppressors. As the tide of battle turned, a small elite team made their way into the heart of the mothership with a critical mission: rescue the captives and gather intelligence. It was during this mission that Sergeant Ava Martinez stumbled upon a containment unit deep within the ship. The horrors she witnessed there would haunt her for the rest of her life, but among the desolation, there was a spark of hope. Elara, barely recognizable but still alive, was among the few survivors. Her eyes, once bright and full of curiosity, were now hardened by the atrocities she had endured. Ava, hardened by battle but not immune to compassion, gently led Elara out of the darkness and into the chaos of ongoing warfare. The extraction was perilous, but Ava and her team managed to return Elara and several other survivors to Earth. Their arrival sparked a global outpouring of relief and renewed fury. The stories they told of their captivity only fueled the human resolve to end the Claridox threat once and for all. With each passing day, Earth's forces grew bolder and more strategic. The Claridox, caught off guard by the intensity and resilience of human resistance, began to falter. Their once unbreakable front lines crumbled under the relentless human onslaught. The first chapter of this interstellar war closed with Earth on the brink of a significant victory. The cost had been high, and the scars of battle ran deep, both on the planet and within its people. But humanity's spirit, tempered in the fires of adversity, had proven unbreakable. They had faced the darkness of the universe and found within themselves a light that refused to be extinguished. As Elara looked up at the stars from the safety of her recovery room, she knew the fight was far from over. But for the first time in a long time, she felt hope. Hope for revenge, hope for peace, and hope for a future where humanity could once again look to the stars with wonder instead of fear. Elara's recovery was slow, and the psychological scars ran deeper than the physical ones. Earth's military strategists often consulted her, not just as a survivor, but as a witness to the enemy's capabilities and behavior. Her insights were invaluable, shaping the new strategies being formed to ensure the survival and victory of her species. Meanwhile, in the depths of space, aboard the command ship of Earth's newly assembled interstellar fleet, Admiral Lucas Ward stared into the holographic star map. His eyes were fixed on a cluster of systems believed to be Claridox strongholds. The next phase of the war was about to commence, and it would take them deep into enemy territory. The fleet, a marvel of human ingenuity, was equipped with advanced propulsion systems and weaponry that integrated captured alien technology. Each ship was manned by a crew ready to face the unknown, their resolve hardened by the stories of those like Elara who had suffered under alien rule. As the fleet made its initial jump to hyperspace, the engineers monitored the new engines closely. The smooth hum of the drives in operation was music to their ears, a sound of progress and power. But this technological leap was not just a triumph of science. It was a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit. Back on Earth, resistance cells continued their operations against remaining Claridox forces. These guerrilla fighters, led by veterans like Ava Martinez, used sabotage and hit-and-run tactics to devastating effect. Their operations not only weakened the alien occupiers, but also provided a constant flow of captured equipment and intelligence. In one such operation, Ava's team discovered a partially destroyed Claridox data node. After securing the area, they called in their tech specialists, who began the delicate process of data extraction. What they found was chilling. Plans for a new type of bioweapon, capable of targeting human genetic markers. The implications were grave. With this new threat looming, Earth's leaders convened. The decision was unanimous. They would accelerate their offensive operations. There was no room for hesitation. The fleet, already en route to the enemy systems, received orders to initiate combat operations the moment they arrived. Admiral Ward addressed his crew with a steely gaze. "This isn't just about survival anymore," he declared. "It's about ending a threat that aimed to erase us from existence. We strike hard and fast, and we give them no quarter." As the fleet emerged from hyperspace near the Claridox stronghold, they were met with a scene of chaos. A civil war had erupted within the alien ranks, spurred by factions opposed to the war with humanity. Seizing the opportunity, Admiral Ward ordered his ships to attack while the enemy was divided. The battle that ensued was fierce and unforgiving. Human ships darted through the debris of alien warships, unleashing volley after volley of plasma fire. Meanwhile, special ops teams infiltrated the largest Claridox ships, planting explosives and rescuing prisoners. One such team, led by a seasoned captain named Zhao, boarded a Claridox command vessel. The firefight inside was intense, but the humans were prepared. They moved with precision, their path illuminated by the intermittent flashes of gunfire. In the heart of the ship, they found a group of human captives, among them children, their faces gaunt and eyes wide with fear. Captain Zhao's team quickly turned from soldiers to protectors, shepherding the captives back to their shuttle. As the battle raged, Admiral Ward received a transmission from Earth, a transmission that would change the course of the conflict. The Resistance had successfully deployed the anti-bioweapon protocol, neutralizing the Claridox threat on Earth. With their homeworld secured and the enemy's stronghold breached, humanity's resolve solidified. They were no longer fighting a defensive war. They were now the aggressors, determined to ensure that no threat like the Claridox could ever rise again. In the aftermath of the battle, as the dust settled and the adrenaline faded, the survivors took stock of their gains and losses. They had won a significant victory, but at a cost. Lives had been lost, and the scars of war were etched deep into the souls of those who fought. Yet amidst the sorrow, there was a sense of overwhelming determination. Humanity had looked into the abyss, faced what seemed like insurmountable odds, and emerged stronger. They were ready to continue the fight, to pursue the enemy across the stars until the threat was utterly vanquished. The war was far from over, but for the first time, victory seemed within their grasp. Admiral Ward stood on the bridge of the command ship, watching as the last of the Claridox vessels succumbed to the relentless assault of the human fleet. The victory was clear, but the war was not just about defeating an enemy. It was about securing a future. With the Claridox stronghold now under human control, the Admiral initiated the next phase of operations: fortification and research. On Earth, the mood was cautiously optimistic. Elara, now acting as a consultant for Earth's Defense Council, reviewed the latest intelligence from the captured alien systems. The data revealed a network of habitable planets, previously under Claridox control, now ripe for human colonization. But there was more. The information hinted at other alien civilizations in distant galaxies, opening possibilities for alliances or new conflicts. The decision was made to send scout ships to these newly discovered systems. Equipped with the latest stealth technology, these vessels were tasked with gathering as much information as possible without engaging potential new threats. Each crew knew the risks. Space was vast and unpredictable, but the promise of new allies and resources spurred them on. Meanwhile, scientists on Earth worked feverishly to reverse-engineer Claridox technology. A breakthrough came when Dr. Lena Miroff, a leading expert in alien tech, managed to adapt Claridox energy shields for human use. This advancement not only provided better protection for the fleet, but also paved the way for safer deep space exploration. In one of the newly discovered systems, a scout ship stumbled upon an abandoned alien outpost. The architecture was unlike anything human or Claridox, sleek, with an almost organic quality to it. Captain Helena Bates, leading the exploration team, documented everything. The outpost was eerily silent, but it was a treasure trove of alien artifacts and unknown technologies. Back on the warfront, tensions escalated as a new Claridox fleet, previously hidden in the depths of space, launched a counterattack. They had regrouped and adapted some of their strategies after observing human tactics. Admiral Ward, however, was prepared. The newly equipped human ships, boasting improved shields and weapons, met the Claridox with renewed vigor. The battle was intense, pushing both sides to their limits. Ava Martinez, now a field commander, led a daring boarding party onto the flagship of the Claridox fleet. The close-quarters combat was brutal, but Ava and her team managed to capture the ship, turning its weapons against the rest of the Claridox fleet. This decisive move broke the enemy's spirit, and the battle quickly turned in favor of the humans. With the immediate threat neutralized, attention turned back to the mysterious outpost. Initial reports from Captain Bates's team were promising. The technology was advanced, and preliminary tests indicated it was compatible with human systems. There were also databases filled with star maps and linguistic keys, suggesting a vast network of trade and diplomacy among multiple alien species. Elara spearheaded the effort to decipher these databases, hoping to find potential allies. Her team made significant progress, eventually establishing rudimentary communication with a nearby peaceful civilization called the Arilu. The Arilu, curious about humanity and sympathetic to their plight, agreed to a diplomatic meeting. As preparations for the diplomatic mission began, Earth's leaders realized that they were entering a new era of interstellar relations. The war with the Claridox was drawing to a close, but the path forward was now broader and more uncertain than ever. They were no longer isolated survivors, but emerging players on the galactic stage. Each step into this new frontier was fraught with uncertainty, but also filled with potential. Humanity had learned much from the horrors of war, about resilience, about unity, and about the importance of reaching out across the vastness of space. Now, armed with new technologies, new allies, and a newfound sense of their place in the cosmos, they were ready to face whatever challenges came next. Admiral Ward convened the first interstellar strategic summit aboard the command ship, now orbiting the newly established human colony on Serona 4. Representatives from Earth and the Arilu were present, their figures casting long shadows in the dimly lit conference room. The Arilu, slender and iridescent beings, communicated through a series of soft tones and gestures, translated into human speech via the devices developed from the outpost's technology. During the summit, an urgent message arrived from one of the scout ships. It had encountered a derelict spacecraft adrift in an uncharted sector. The vessel bore marks of battle, not unlike those inflicted by Claridox weaponry, yet its design was neither human nor Claridox. The implications were clear. There was another player in this cosmic game, one possibly hostile and undoubtedly powerful. Captain Bates, leading the investigation, reported finding technology on board the derelict that surpassed human understanding. The ship's power source, a type of quantum core, was still partially active, suggesting incredible energy efficiency and capacity. The decision was made to tow the ship back to Serona 4 for further analysis. Back at the summit, discussions turned to the formation of a mutual defense pact with the Aralu. The Aralu shared their own experiences with interstellar threats, including the Claridox, whom they had avoided through stealth and diplomatic avoidance. They offered insights into a network of civilizations, some friendly, others indifferent or openly hostile. Elara took a particular interest in the Aralu's description of the Galactic Commons, a loose alliance of species dedicated to maintaining peace and sharing knowledge. She saw an opportunity not just for survival, but for humanity to thrive in a community of civilizations. Her enthusiasm and vision became a guiding light for the negotiations. Meanwhile, Dr. Mirov and her team began dissecting the quantum core from the derelict ship. The core was unlike anything they had encountered. It operated on principles that defied traditional physics, suggesting a mastery of quantum mechanics far beyond current human capabilities. The potential for such technology was boundless, from energy production to faster-than-light travel. On Earth, preparations were underway to send a diplomatic envoy to the Galactic Commons. The envoy included diplomats, scientists, and military advisors, tasked with forging alliances and asserting humanity's place in the cosmic order. The delegation was set to travel on a new ship, the Prometheus, designed around the quantum core technology. As the Prometheus was nearing completion, another scout ship reported a skirmish with an unknown alien vessel near a resource-rich asteroid belt. The aliens, calling themselves the Skrell, were aggressive and heavily armed, but communication was eventually established. The Skrell were wary of human intentions, having observed the conflict with the Claridox from a distance. Negotiations with the Skrell were tense, with both sides on high alert. However, the discovery of a common adversary in the Claridox facilitated a grudging respect and the establishment of a provisional truce. The Skrell agreed to a meeting on neutral ground, where they would discuss a possible joint venture to explore and mine the asteroid belt, sharing resources and technology. As the Prometheus embarked on its maiden voyage to the Galactic Commons, the people of Earth watched with bated breath. Each alliance formed, each technology shared, and each conflict faced opened new doors to the unknown. The cosmos was vast, filled with wonders and dangers, but humanity was no longer just a spectator or a victim. They were becoming an integral part of the interstellar community, shaping their destiny among the stars. The Prometheus glided through the starlit expanse towards the Galactic Commons, its sleek hull reflecting the distant stars. Inside, the human delegation prepared meticulously, understanding the gravity of their mission. They were about to engage with a consortium of alien cultures, each with their own intricate histories and motives. On Serona 4, Admiral Ward and the Aralu representatives continued to strengthen their bonds through shared training exercises and technological exchanges. The Aralu, with their advanced understanding of stealth technology, taught human engineers how to enhance the cloaking devices on their ships, greatly increasing the fleet's tactical capabilities. Meanwhile, the team working on the derelict spacecraft made a startling discovery. The ship's navigation logs included coordinates to a region known only in the scantest of rumors among the spacefaring races, the Orison Nebula. Said to be a nexus of natural wormholes, controlling this nebula could potentially give access to countless galaxies, making it a strategic gem in the universe. Dr. Mirov, leading the analysis, proposed a daring plan to Admiral Ward, to send an expedition to the Orison Nebula to verify the existence of these wormholes. The Admiral, recognizing the opportunity, approved the mission, assembling a team of top pilots, scientists, and security personnel. Back on Earth, resistance against the remaining pockets of Claridox invaders was nearing its end. Ava Martinez, now a celebrated hero, led the final assault against the last Claridox stronghold. The battle was fierce, but the improved human weaponry, coupled with fierce determination, resulted in a resounding human victory. This success not only secured Earth, but also sent a powerful message across the stars about humanity's resilience and might. In deep space, the Prometheus finally arrived at the meeting point for the Galactic Commons. The gathering was a spectacle of diversity, with representatives from various species mingling in a floating conference center designed to accommodate the environmental needs of all attendees. The humans were greeted with a mix of curiosity and caution, a reminder of their newcomer status in this ancient assembly of civilizations. Negotiations were complex and protracted. The humans offered insights into Claridox technology and tactics, earning them initial interest. Elara, using her deep knowledge of astrophysics and her experience with the Claridox, became a key figure in discussions about defense strategies against common threats. The Galactic Commons, impressed by humanity's rapid adaptation and resolve, began to seriously consider their application for membership. Simultaneously, Captain Bates's expedition reached the Orison Nebula. The nebula was more spectacular than any had imagined, a swirling mass of color and light, with wormholes appearing like shimmering tears in the fabric of space-time. Initial probes sent through the wormholes returned data of unexplored star systems and potential new worlds. Amidst these unfolding events, the Prometheus received an urgent distress call from a nearby system under attack by a rogue faction known for their piracy. The human delegation made a quick decision to assist, deploying their newly acquired quantum core-powered ships. The skirmish was brief and decisive. The human ships, utilizing their advanced shields and weaponry, quickly subdued the pirates, rescuing the beleaguered alien vessel. This act of valor greatly enhanced the standing of humanity in the eyes of the Galactic Commons. Many saw it not just as a rescue, but as a bold statement of humanity's commitment to peace and mutual aid. As the Prometheus returned to the conference, the delegation was met with applause and newfound respect. Talks resumed with renewed vigor, with many previously skeptical species now viewing humanity as a vital ally in the cosmic landscape. The successful intervention had proved humanity's worth not just in technological prowess, but in their willingness to support the principles of the Galactic Commons. As alliances formed and new paths opened, the cosmos seemed a little less vast. Humanity was no longer navigating the stars alone. They were part of a larger community, their destiny intertwined with the many voices of the galaxy. Each decision, each alliance, and each battle shaped not just their future, but that of the universe itself. In the luminous halls of the Galactic Commons Conference Center, the air buzzed with the electricity of newfound alliances and diplomatic fervor. The human delegation, once outsiders, now found themselves at the heart of galactic diplomacy. Their swift rise from isolated survivors to respected members had reshaped their identity in the cosmos. Back on Serona 4, the feedback from the Orison Nebula mission had reached Admiral Ward. The reports confirmed the strategic and exploratory value of the nebula, revealing connections to distant galaxies and advanced civilizations, some of which had remained elusive even to the oldest members of the Commons. Plans were swiftly set into motion to establish a forward base in the nebula, turning it into a hub for exploration, commerce, and defense. Meanwhile, Earth began to experience a renaissance of sorts. With the Claridox threat neutralized, cities were rebuilt and landscapes rejuvenated. Ava Martinez, who had returned as a celebrated defender, led the efforts to integrate advanced alien technologies into everyday life, enhancing energy systems, agriculture, and medicine. Humanity was not only recovering but thriving, using lessons learned from the darkest times to forge a brighter future. The Prometheus and its crew, now lauded as diplomats and saviors, returned to the conference with a proposal for a joint exploratory initiative. This initiative, named the Starlight Pact, aimed to unify various civilizations in the pursuit of knowledge and mutual protection. The pact would use the Orison Nebula as a staging ground for expeditions, a proposition that intrigued many. As the negotiations for the Starlight Pact continued, another piece of the cosmic puzzle emerged. The mysterious derelict ship that had led humanity to the Orison Nebula was revealed to be from a civilization called the Eridani, long thought extinct by the galactic community. This revelation brought a wave of excitement and curiosity, with many speculating about the fate of the Eridani and the possible technologies left to be discovered. Dr. Mirov, still on Serona 4, spearheaded a new project based on the Eridani designs. Her team developed a prototype engine that could theoretically navigate the wormholes safely, a technology that could revolutionize space travel. This project, coupled with the strategic location of the Orison Nebula, placed humanity at a pivotal point in interstellar travel and exploration. On the final day of the conference, the Galactic Commons officially welcomed Earth into its fold. The Starlight Pact was ratified, marking a significant milestone in human history. The pact not only symbolized humanity's integration into the galactic community, but also their commitment to forging a future based on cooperation and peace. The closing ceremony was a spectacle of unity, with representatives from various species sharing symbols of their cultures with one another. Elara, now an ambassador, exchanged a globe of Earth with an Aralu artifact, symbolizing the shared vision of all the civilizations present. The Commons declared the establishment of the Orison Command, a combined fleet that would safeguard the wormholes and facilitate the free exchange of ideas and resources. As the Prometheus journeyed back to Earth, the crew reflected on the profound changes that had occurred. They had left as envoys of a beleaguered planet and returned as leaders in a monumental alliance. Each star that passed by was a reminder of the vast possibilities and responsibilities now lying ahead. On Earth, celebrations erupted as news of the successful mission spread. Humanity had faced annihilation, fought back with unmatched courage, and emerged as key players on the galactic stage. The future was filled with unknown challenges, but also unlimited potential. The cosmos, once a realm of isolation and fear, was now a canvas of opportunity, painted with the broad strokes of human ambition and resilience. As night fell over a rejuvenated Earth, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter, each one a beacon of hope, a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit and their new role in the cosmic dance. The war was over, but the journey of discovery, growth, and connection had just begun.